Alright, we're alive again. Since you guys can't hear it, I have to read it out anyways to avoid delay. I am not enabling the narration. There's actually a voice that will do that, but that narration's off. Shakespeare.
Back again, Phoenix.
Yeah, welcome back.
I don't know what's going on, but my internet keeps dropping out.
Also, since we have people gathered, anyone want to play some hats after?
Sure.
Alright. William Shakespeare is well known for borrowing from existing literature when writing his plays. Romeo has pretty much lifted entirely. Don't think I'm going to read out this part. So let's scroll a little slowly for it. Alright, this is a bit tongue-in-cheek, obviously, because I don't think To Be or Not To Be is both the earliest recorded example of the books' game genre, as well as the first instance ever that in the then newish English language that was fiction around the adventure being chosen by you, the reader. Oh, that's right, we can play as Ophelia, we can play as Hamlet, or Hamlet Sr. Our choices that actually follow the play are marked with Yorick skulls. Anything not marked with that is completely different and, something crazy. So if we ever want to follow the play, which I'm pretty sure we won't be following, the choices are easily marked. Apparently this was kickstarted, and unfortunately there's a prequel book adventure game that you follow Yorick. But it was a Kickstarter only thing, and I could not find a copy.
Alas for you.
Steel yourself to experience the magic of Shakespeare as is meant to experience. A non-deterministic narrative structure where you end up thinking maybe you made a wrong decision. So we can mark the pages to go back. Do we actually want to bother doing that, to be fair? Like cheat and, yeah. Alright, oh, they have little joke things. We can tell that our options are, do we choose a character, or do we want to just read the acknowledgements? Or do we tell this choice guy to screw off and we keep reading something? Let's just choose a character.
Oh, that's big guy. Who are you gonna be?
Congratulations, you've just been born. Good work on that.
Eh.
Now, surprise, babies are boring, so we're going to jump ahead in time to the point where you're an adult. You have already lived a bunch of your life. But I promise most of what we're skipping over is really dull. You ate a lot, slept a lot, made some friends, tears were shed, makeouts were totally had, etc. There's a bunch of high school stuff. The Elson stuff starts now. So, let's begin. Remind me who you are. Are we Ophelia? She's an awesome lady in her late 20s with a calm, competent, and resourceful demeanor. She gets a +1 bonus to science, but also has a -1 weakness against water. So heads up.
Yeah, I don't think Ophelia in water is a good idea.
Hamlet. He's an emo teen in his early 30s. Also, he's a prince of Denmark. Hamlet has a +1 resistance to magic, but there's no magic in this adventure, so this never really gets mentioned again as of right now. Or Hamlet Sr. He's the king of Denmark, 50 years old. He's super good at fighting and leading men to battle naps. Let's say +1 to each. Look, bottom line, he's an unstoppable machine of death, and should you choose to be him, you may experience kingly glory. So, Hamlet's the story one, but...
I think, like, unstoppable machine of death sounds like a good thing.
Not to mention, doesn't he get killed anyways in the normal play? So, we should... I'm leaning towards Ophelia or Hamlet Sr.
Ophelia drowns.
Yeah, Hamlet Sr. dies. If I remember right, doesn't he?
And Ophelia drowns.
Yeah, so...
Well, let's prevent her own death.
You know, that's a good idea. Let's do Ophelia, and we will avoid water.
Yeah, let's be the awesome lady.
We will like water? Is that what you said?
I said avoid. Like and avoid are completely
Yeah, she drowns.
different words.
Right, you're Ophelia. You're a beautiful and independent young woman. Well, it makes you roll your eyes when you think about it and fall in love with a prince. Prince Hamlet's funny, charming, and he seems to like you a lot. Try not to get too excited about it, because you're worried you might jinx it. Things really are going great. Only it's been hard doing the long-distance thing while you've both been off at university. While you've loved studying capital S science, you're sure Hamlet's loved studying capital U undeclared hasn't been easy. Now that you're both back together in Denmark for his father's funeral and his mother's second wedding, it's been harder still. Hamlet's really sad. You can't blame him for this since, you know, his dad died, but you wish there was something you could do to help him. In last song, Hamlet mentioned how the castle seemed cold and drafty, and for some reason it stuck with you. You've been sitting at your desk trying to think of something to give him that would help with that. Way of cheering him up a little. Remind him that he's still got people who care about him. He wears these cloaks all the time, but then he's always taking them off in warm rooms and putting them back on in cold ones. If only there was some way you could keep the rooms at a uniform temperature. You wouldn't need to be constantly adjusting his clothes throughout the day. But to do that, you need some way of measuring heat, a way of transporting it through the castle, perhaps through a series of pipes. Your thoughts are interrupted by a knock at your door. Who is it, you call? It is me, says your brother. Come on, let me in. Do we let him in, or do you tell him we're busy?
Fuck off, we're inventing heating.
Also, give me a sec, I need to, rest my hand a bit. It's going slightly numb with this position I have for my button.
We're doing things, come on.
We're doing science, man. Oh, I said that before I even saw the skull was on the other one. Yeah, we're doing science, go away.
I'm busy, you shout through the door to Laertes? Laertes? I am going to probably butcher these pronouncing, but whatever.
Fair enough.
I'm leaving for France soon, he shouts back. Don't you want to say goodbye? Apparently not, you shout in reply. Whatever, Laertes yells. He storms off, stomping all the way. You sit in silence for a moment. He stomps back. Say bye to Dad for me, okay? He shouts. Okay, I will, you yell through the door. He storms off again. To France, I guess?
He storms the whole way there. He is super angry at you.
Brothers, am I right? Turn to our work. At your desk, continue work on the problem of automatically heating the castle. Hours turn into days, and you're generally left alone by both your family and your boyfriend. Your father ignoring you is no big deal, while you're a little worried about Hamlet not stopping by more often. He has asked you to leave him alone for a while he mourns, and you're respecting his wishes. But if you're going to be honest with yourself, you've also just gotten really absorbed in this problem. You decided to split the problem into sections, delivering heat and knowing when to deliver heat. It would be possible to put servants in every room, have them report when it's too cold. But that's both expensive and unreliable. Depends on the servant, the warmth of their clothes, how much they love to lie to people about what temperature their skin is sensing, and so on. You're wandering the castle grounds when it hits you. You've been thinking about how water expands when it freezes, and how that could be used to tell when it's cold. There's not much use for measuring temperatures outside the freezing point. Your father, Polonius, happens to wander by, talking to himself about the evils of drink. And you realize, alcohol. This is the problem of and solution to life's problems. The right alcohol would expand literally with heat. By putting it in a slender glass vial, you can measure the size of that liquid, which would correspond 1-to-1 with temperature. With the same markings on each of the glass vials at the same temperatures, you got a universal, comparable, and consistent way of measuring heat.
Right, I'm back. What did I miss?
We just invented a thermometer.
Oh, on Hamlet now?
Yes.
Yes, we're
What happened to the...
We
happened to the other one?
We had coordinates for a black hole. We had the star date to go through it, but apparently either our angle of entry or something was wrong. We disappeared into the black hole, never to appear again.
I blame Dr.
Phoenix.
Snake.
You wouldn't have to rely on a surface impression. They could just tell you the line the alcohol has reached. You run back to your room and start working on the prototype. Just as you complete it, you hear a knock on the door. Who is it, you call? And oh my, who should answer from the other side of the door? Is it? Seriously, who should answer from the other side of the door? Is it your boyfriend Hamlet, your father Polonius, or your best friend? Holy fuck, the same. Your best friend Dromisionius?
I want to see which one's the skull's on first.
There is
None
no
of them
skull.
have skulls.
We've gone off the rails already.
Oh. Well, then make it be Hamlet, because we were worried about not seeing our boyfriend anyway.
Hamlet is then.
Wow,
Hey, we got an
certainly
achievement.
nice.
Mind control. Controlling reality using Ophelia's thoughts.
Yes!
All the confetti. You decide you want Hamlet to be on the other side of the door. Open it, and Hamlet really is at the door.
Family!
That's so freaky. How'd you know to do that? Hamlet steps into your room. You haven't seen each other for a while. It's great to see you. You run up and throw your arms around him and you kiss. It's just like old times. The moment passes, and when you look at his face, you can see concern written all over it. He's troubled by something. Do we wait for him to tell us, or do we ask him what's troubling him? I don't think there's going to be any skulls anymore by this point.
Well, he's Hamlet, so he'll
Look,
just
you might
brood
eventually
if we
get
don't
back
ask.
might eventually get back on track accidentally, so we have to be sure.
So we'll ask him, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, if we don't ask him, he'll just brood forever. He's like that.
You ask him what's wrong, and, well, there's no other way to put this, so I'll give it to you straight. Hamlet tells you about a spooky ghost and a plan for murdering his stepfather, Claudius, pretender to the throne. I'll be frank, it sounds crazy. A ghost? Murder? But he is your friend and lover. You're not going to leave him hanging out to dry. As gently as you can, you tell him you're pretty sure ghosts don't exist. But even if they do, he needs to be certain that the ghost he saw was actually the ghost of his father. What if it was some other ghost trying to mess things up?
That's fair.
Seems to give him pause. Hamlet admits he never actually asked the ghost for information only his dad would know. It's possible the ghost could be an imposter. I'll come with you tonight, sweetie, you say. We'll go together. If the ghost shows up, we'll figure out what to do. You're confident no ghost will appear, and this will all just go away. Take his hand and squeeze. Hamlet looks up to you. You can see his relief. Okay, he says, smiling. Wherefore, go to see the ghost that evening, so you make choice. Evening comes, and Hamlet leads you to the spot outside where he first saw the ghost. We'll have to wait till midnight, he says. I think that's when he normally shows up. To pass the time, you play a storytelling game. You enjoy where you say one word of a story, and he says the next word. Neither of you know where the story will go. Once... I'm not reading... I think this is going to go for a bit, so I'm not reading every time someone says, you begin, he says, she says, etc. Once upon a time, there was a beautiful prince who wanted to kiss you. Oh, kiss his girlfriend, he says. That's cheating, you say, and then you are kissing. Oh, no, no. What now?
No.
It's like kissing the eating.
That's how kissing works.
What now? Make out for a while, or don't make out because you can't believe you're thinking this, because what if the ghost catches you making out?
Just make out, man.
Just
Oh,
ask the
nom,
ghost
nom,
to
nom,
enjoy
nom,
it.
delicious lips.
Make out for a while. Make out for what turns out to be quite a while. As the night is warm, the stars are stunning, and there is no bugs here to bite any exposed flesh. And before you know it, you've totally made out as much as possible as to make out. Nice. And you fall asleep in each other's arms. If ghosts existed, if one really did show up, he certainly had the good grace to leave you alone for your makeouts. Also, he's probably embarrassed. You were both way naked.
A little more than making out.
The two of you return to the same spot the next evening, and the evenings after that. But it becomes more and more a date night, and less a specter from beyond the grave wants to get some murders done thing. King Claudius and Polonius are not exactly thrilled with the two of you being together. But on the flip side, any urges to commit regicide that were floating around have begun to fade too. Though you talk about it often, the whole encounter with the ghost, if it really did happen, takes on the quality of a dream. Rather than to do the long-distance thing again, you decide to move in together and get your own place here in Denmark. Is that it? Come on, game. Scroll. There we go. Together, the two of you work on finalizing the invention of the alcohol thermometer. It works! And even figuring out the other half of it. The way to move heated air throughout the building. Congratulations, you invented central heating. It's an invention that all of Denmark wants and most are willing to pay for. While it's not the largest, you do live in the most comfortable estate in the entire county. Thanks to the Thanks to the heating money. One bright summer day, as the two of you walk through the castle garden, you get down on one knee and say, "Sweetie, you're the most important in my life, and I can't imagine living without you. I want to make you as happy as you make me every single day. Let's get married." I mean every word. It's not the most traditional proposal in the world, nor is it the most traditional wedding. It was wonderful and beautiful and perfect. You're very happy. You don't invite Claudius to the wedding.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
A few years later, Claudius falls ill with some sort of lung disease, and his doctors are unable to treat it effectively. passes away only a few months later, having never produced an heir. Shortly after, the two of you become the new king and queen of all of Denmark. Your first child, Alex, is born 5 months later. You all live happily ever after. The end.
We fixed Hamlet.
We fixed Hamlet. And we get a nice ending screenshot of them kissing.
Yay.
With the alcohol thermometer above them for some reason.
So he dies at the beginning of the story. I kinda wonder how the father would have gone. Or do you just really aggressively try to haunt Hamlet? Is that what you do?
Well, that was like super kind of anime.
It's time for the Hamlet meter. What the fuck is this?
Wait, what?
I
The what?
don't know. You'll see it in a second.
What?
Not to wait, what? We got not to be?
Well, because we're nothing like Hamlet.
Our stats this adventure. Choices made 10. Times you were 1. Times you were not 0. Rosencrantz's 1. Guildenstern's 1. Alright, do we want to do another adventure? Try Senior, I suppose?
I want to see how Dad goes, because he dies the first thing.
I want to see how Dead Ghost goes.
Yes.
That goes coast to coast.
Alright, no, I can't skip over it. Alright, just scroll really fast. Yada yada. Things with a skull.
Like, is there a choice to die at the beginning and we can just say no?
Congratulations, we've been born, blah blah blah, who are we? And where to choose your Ophelia, Hamlet Senior, Hamlet
What does
Senior.
that skip option in the bottom right do?
Oh, there was a skip. Okay. You are King Hamlet. All of Denmark is under your command. Everything's going so great for you. At present, you are in Norway, where just this afternoon you led Denmark's forces to an astounding victory, during which you personally killed the Norwegian king. Stabbed him right through the head, you did. His eye popped out, rolled to the ground, and then you stepped on it.
Yeah!
Whoa, your ass is bad. You are a badass.
Yeah!
You decide after a day of being good at fighting, you should have a nap. You've earned it. You settle down in the orchard for some nappy times. During your delightful rest, your brother pours some poison in your ear, and you die.
Did you say orchard?
Oh, okay.
Orchard. Orchard. Not to be. Choose to play. Hey, we got an achievement. Surprise, you didn't know poisons work that way. Aha, wow, you barely made one choice so far and you're dead already. Way to go, champ. You're really good at books, huh? It's just a stellar job you're doing here, Chuckles. The end. And we get a nice picture of Ghost Dad.
Perfect!
Wasn't expecting that.
We did it!
Motherfucking congratulations.
We did it!
Congratulations.
Ghost Dad.
Okay, since that was really short, oh, wait. Okay, fine, I feel sorry for you. Here's a choice you can choose. Become a ghost, do not become a ghost. Is that really a choice?
Become a ghost or not become a ghost?
Good news, the afterlife exists, and it's full of ghosts. You know this because you are now one of them. You get to spend all your time slamming doors, rattling chains, and telling on the person who killed you. But here's the thing, I, the author, told you, the reader, that your brother poured poison in your ear while you napped, but you, as Hamlet Senior, have no idea how you died. You slept through the whole thing. So, you need to figure out who killed you if you're going to revenge yourself on your murderer, assuming you were even murdered. Because remember that for all you know, you could have died of a heart attack. This example of dramatic irony, only since we're in the second person, it's an amazing example of an entirely new species of dramatic irony. Something I'm going to call second person pronoun paradoxal autodramatic irony. You are now aware of information that you're not aware of. This should be fun.
We're Ghost Detective now.
Achievement get. This should be fun. Invent a new kind of irony.
Ghost Dad Detective.
Do we accept that we died of a heart attack, or listen on people's conversations, see if any of them talk about how they totally killed you?
Go snooping.
Nope.
Go snooping.
You hang around Norway for a bit, trying to listen in on the people are saying, but they're all speaking Norwegian. You only speak Danish, so understanding Norwegian is a little difficult. It all sounds like Swedish to you. Wow, we're racist.
Well, we're a dad, of course we are.
Which actually makes a lot of sense, since Danish, Norwegian, and Swedish are all related to North Germanic languages. Descended from the early linguistic differentiation between regular Germanic speakers and North Germanic speakers around 200 AD. Nod your head, agreeing that all of this is both accurate and extremely interesting. While these three languages are generally supposed to be mutually intelligible, you find you can understand Norwegian speakers only if you are concentrating, which you are, and if they're speaking slowly and clearly, which they're not, as everyone is running around upset about the war and all the kings getting killed. Ironically, Norwegian speakers can understand Danish easier than Danish speakers understand Norwegian. It doesn't really help you much. It's only being useful if you were playing as a Norwegian king whose ghost is stowed away on your army boat headed back to Denmark. But I haven't given you that option, even though it would be extremely awesome. If you're wondering what happens to this vengeful ghost king, I can tell you only this. The answer exists in your imagination. Wait, that's a question, that's not telling us that. The answer exists only in your imagination? But here's the good news. It turns out written Danish and written Norwegian are actually pretty similar. So you spend the next several nights haunting people, quietly reading their diaries while they sleep peacefully in their beds.
Reading over their shoulders.
And you don't know this, but ghosts do this all the time. Ghosts just love sneaking a peek at the secrets of the living. It takes a while, but you finally find the diary of someone who wrote on the day you died that she was wandering by the garden, minding her own business. When she saw some Danish guy pour something in some other Danish guy's ear.
That's not weird.
Not at all. Hey, that sounds like what could have happened to you, but remember, you don't know that's exactly what happened because of a new irony invented. Wake up this person and ask her about it. Wake up this person and hold up a piece of paper where you've written down a question asking her about it. I think the piece of paper, considering to the lengths they went to describe the language differences, would be the better option.
Piece of paper. Let's be the sorrow.
You grab a piece of paper and write down the words, "Hey, I'm not here to kill you, I just want to know about that murder you maybe witnessed." But in Danish, of course, haha. You gently shake the woman awake while holding the piece of paper up in front of her. She's freaked out initially, she was just woken up by a ghostly apparition from beyond the grave. But once she reads your note, she looks at you suspiciously and says, "For real?" You flip the paper over and write, "Yeah, I'm the guy that got killed, maybe, and I guess I want to revenge my death or whatever." But please speak slowly, as Norwegian is not my native language and I'm from Denmark. "Oh, the woman speaks in Danish. I speak Danish too." "Kick ass," you reply.
Yes.
She tells you what she saw and gives you a physical description of the guy. Unfortunately, the man answering to her description can only be one person. Your brother, Claudius.
That asshole.
Congratulations, my king. You now know that you know so that the whole second-person pronoun paradoxical autodramatic irony thing has been slain. Experience plus 500. New quest, revenge yourself on Claudius. You've been awarded 500 experience points plus a new quest.
New quest, fuck that guy.
You're feeling pretty chuffed about this whole situation. Okay, let's revenge your death. Your murderer is getting away with it in Denmark. Do we swim back to Denmark or do we wait for the next boat back?
Can ghosts swim?
I don't know.
Well, the other ghost went on a boat, so maybe we should go on a boat.
Go on a boat.
Maybe he knew what was up.
You go down to the docks and start poking your head in the bridge of every boat you can find, flipping through the captain's logs and itineraries until you find one that's headed for Denmark. And it leaves in just a few minutes. Nice, this is really convenient.
Yay!
During the voyage, you poke around the boat looking for things to amuse yourself with. You experiment with doing some ghost things like putting your head inside a barrel of wine and then making your head corporeal. That just causes the barrel to explode inside with the sudden pressure inside. It makes you get wine in your eyes, so you don't do that more than a few times. It only takes a while before your boat arrives in Denmark. Make it back to Denmark. The first thing you want to do is track down your brother and take revenge. Turns out that's really easy because he's in the first place you check, the royal court. He's there with your widow, Gertrude. Weird, they're acting all close and stuff. Oh well, he's probably just trying to comfort her for your untimely death. Haha, brother's really great. Though, maybe not. Do we, listen in on what they're saying or ignore them like an idiot and be certain that there's nothing untoward going on?
Listen in. We're gonna succeed in this revenge, and maybe not get our son killed.
Hey Gertrude, says Claudius. I sure am happy that we married each other, even if this was so soon after your first husband died, under mysterious circumstances. Whoa, that certainly was, in terms of exposition, a very efficient sentence. You decide instantly that your initial plan of revenge, haunt a mirror so that instead of Claudius's reflection he sees you, and then you mirror his movement so he's not really sure what's going on, teehee, is needlessly complex and stupid. Dude kills you and married your widow. Since you are from olden times, you have an extremely old-fashioned sense of ownership over female sexuality, so this really gets stuck in your craw.
Well, he also murdered you to get your wife. I think that's rude enough that I forgive it right now.
Yeah, but he stole your girl.
He killed you to do it. That is the rude part here. He killed you to do it.
Instead of spooking Claudius, you decide to kill Claudius, complete the quest, get your son to kill Claudius instead.
Kill Claudius, you do it. You're better at killing people.
You're a ghost?
This is awesome. It's going to be great, because and who better to know how to kill someone than someone who's recently been through the getting killed to death process themselves. You wait till Claudius is sleeping, next to your widow, in capitals, and then wake him up by tapping him on the forehead a bit. Hey, it's me, you whisper. Your brother, the one you murdered. Aw, crap, Claudius whispers back. Ghosts are real? Real pissed at you anyway. Listen, I'll cut to the chase. We're from a time where an eye for an eye is considered to be a good thing to build a justice system around. So I'm here to kill you. How? Claudius asks, his eyes wide and terrified. Oh geez, so many ways, you say, counting them off on your fingers. I could startle you and make you have a heart attack. That takes time. I could throw a pot over your head until you die, but that lacks grace.
Stick your head inside him!
Instead, check this out. You move your ghost body so that it's floating right above Claudius. He stares at you, his eyes wide. I'm sorry, he whispers. Way too late for that, you reply. You lower yourself to him, face to face, and keep... Oh god, are we merging with him?
No, we're doing the thing we did to the wine barrel. We're gonna pop, we're gonna solidify inside him and make him explode. It's
We're
great.
going to make him pop in a non-sexual way?
Yeah!
His face dominates your field of vision, and then you're inside his skull, inside the pink of his brain, his blood darkly obscuring your sight. You sink slowly deeper and deeper into him, oh my. Lining up your ghost body with his regular body until you're just about occupying exactly the same space. Then you make yourself corporeal. What happens next happens so quickly and with such force that it's hard to describe, but Claudius explodes everywhere, captures most of it. I mean, you're fine, but man, this is disgusting. Literally disgusting. Gertrude wakes up, dripping in gore, screaming.
Oh dear.
You, my friend, have achieved revenge. You roll over on your back and apologize to Gertrude. By the way, the music, switched to this nice little, Baroque kind of, piano thing after. Ow! Someone has some mic problems there.
Yeah, that was a thing.
Gosh, Dan, your mic kinda exploded there.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You explain over her screens what happened, and you tell her that you still love her, even though she married your brother mere weeks after he died. But you can't be with her anymore. You tell her you need to go find your own path. Sorry about the bed, you say, floating up through the roof. You spend the rest of the afterlife acting as an immortal judge from beyond the grave, exploding those who have committed the most egregious of crimes, merely blowing the hands off of those who have been awful people, but still, you feel you deserve a second chance. People whisper your name in fear. Criminals are a cowardly, superstitious lot, after all. It works out pretty good for you. You do a lot of good for a lot of people. And yep, turns out that blowing up bad guys never does get old. The end.
That's the best ending.
Oh, we have a picture! Holy shit!
Oh no.
Oh, I want to see this picture.
Oh boy.
He looks so happy he did that.
Oh dear, that's a thing.
Oh god.
Whoa.
There's a leg, there's an arm.
Gertrude, her face!
I'm
That is a
honestly
thing,
surprised
yeah.
how little blood she has on her.
She looks so horrified.
Yeah, that explosion was pretty well directed to the left side of the bed there.
He aimed it.
Congratulations, we found the piece of artwork. And now we get the Hamlet leader. I'm just gonna skip that. Alright, let's see. Stats this adventure. Poisons misused, 1. Choices made, 11. Times you were, 0. Times you were not, 1.
It's because we died.
Alright, do we call it here, or... hats, or do we make one more adventure?
I don't know how
I
we can top
don't.
exploiting this.
Yeah. I don't think you could top that, honestly.
I really don't think we can top that.
Alright, we'll leave it off. We can do this another stream too. We have other choices like Hamlet, or you know, doing shit with Ophelia, or other stupid
Ew.
shit. Oh, phrasing, damn it.
See, I want to die so I can go around exploding people. That would make me so happy.
Me too! I also wonder if, you know, ghosts can make like ghost flame. Just go around setting people on fire.
Maybe, I don't know, we can always, we'll do another stream at some point. We could have Hamlet go and see if we like spook the fuck out of Hamlet and have to like take over because he's an emo little brat or something.
Maybe we can give him better directions.
Yeah, we'll do that another time. We've been doing adventure shit for about an hour and a half, so that's it for the stream, but we can do some hacks, I suppose.
I'm going to be a hat.
Sure, I haven't done that in a long time.